Well, hello, hello, hello. How are you? Welcome to Unstoppable Lionesses. We're really excited to come and share with you this third time of the new year. God is good. God is good. He definitely is propelling us forward in so many ways. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more with my other lioness that will join us in a little while. But I just wanted to touch base on being prepared for the promotion. All right, being prepared for the promotion, be it on your job or in your relationships. Sometimes relationships they propel themselves forward. You know, people are ever growing and expanding and experiencing new things in life, and that a lot of times will put us on different planes in our relationships. But we need to be prepared for the promotion. We need to be prepared for the promotion in life, because you will not just stay at a status quo place in life unless you choose to do so. And so, if you are possibly like me, I love a good adventure. I am very spontaneous, which is not always good. I don't plan well sometimes, unless I have an event coming up. And I've discovered that about myself. If I have an event that I need to prepare for, I am really good. I am really good. And maybe that came from my 28 years of doing events with Diane King Productions. And I had to be prepared, and I had to make sure that every T was crossed and every I was dotted. But just in life in general, I'm one of those fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl. However, I do understand and I recognize that as our lives propel us forward, as we move forward in life, as we age, we don't get old, we just get older. That's my philosophy. But, you know, as we age and as we go to different stages in life, we need to be prepared for those different stages. We need to be prepared for the different seasons of life. You know, I am not the same person that I was at 21 years old. Thank God. Okay. And if you guys have my book, you know why I said thank God. Okay. But it's been a process. And part of the process was preparation for where I was going. I had goals in mind, I had visions of things that I wanted to accomplish. And so I had to be prepared to do those things. And so I want to encourage you to prepare for where you are headed. What is it that you want to see yourself walking in? All right. This is why we set goals. We do daily goals, we do weekly goals, we do monthly goals, and we do yearly goals. And my mentor, Dr. Sadie Trim, has us doing a 20-year goal. And I'm a vision, and I'm just like, okay, I am almost 70. 20 years from now, I will be almost 90. I won't be doing this. Okay. Lord willing, and I'm still alive, I'm going to be somewhere on somebody's beach with my feet up, and I am preparing and planning for that now. Okay. But be that as it may, we have to make sure that we take the proper steps to do what we need to do. I'm in the process of buying a home. That, thank you, Lord, I should be closing on this week finally. But, you know, there has been a preparation in being prepared to do that. That's another journey in life that I'm taking on at a later state in time. I've purchased 3 homes in my life, but there's been a period of time where I did not own. And so now I'm about to own again. So it's not about just calling, you know, your property manager and saying something is broke. No, I had to get a home warranty so I could call them and say something is broke. Okay. But it's in preparing. I'm serious. It is in preparing. And so I want to encourage you that as you are launching out in different aspects of your life, that you are making the proper preparation for it. All right. That could include education. It could include a change in your circle of friends. It could include your mindset change. There's a lot of times our preparation first has to happen here, because if you don't get this straight, then wherever you're going is going to be crooked. All right. It's your mind that has to see and have the vision for where you're going. And so you prepare first and foremost in the mind. And then after that, then you start, writing it down and what have you. I learned many, many years ago, and I teach entrepreneurship. But this is one thing that I learned is that a business plan that is still just in your head is really just a pipe dream. It really is. Until you can sit down and you start to write out that business plan and write down all the different things that you're thinking about, all the different things that you're going to need. A business plan requires research. I'm going to need this kind of equipment. I need this type of staffing. I need this kind of marketing. I need this kind of finances. All these different things, you have to write it out to really, really understand what it is you need. Because as long as you're just thinking about it, you're going to miss things. But when you write it out, then you have the ability to go back and to check out your notes. I have so many notebooks. I can't even begin to tell you because I'm a note taker. I take notes in church. I take notes in meetings. I'm a note taker. And at one point in time in my life, I was a heavy, heavy journaler. I don't journal as much as I used to just because I don't really have the time. But it helped me to prepare myself for even where I am right now. Prayer journals. I can look at just life journals and different things and actually track the process of my life to where it is today. And it's a really good thing to be able to do. So I want to encourage you in your time of preparation to write it down. Word of God says, write the vision and make it plain so they that read it can run with it. And you are part of the they. All right. So if you write it down and you make it plain, then you can pick it up and you can run with it. All right. Life will throw you curves like out of the blue that you're not expecting. You can be kind of thinking about something, and then all of a sudden, somebody pops up and is like, okay, come on, let me help you bring that thing into fruition. And you'd be like, yeah, well, I wasn't really ready to do it now, but the opportunity is right now. So if while you have been thinking about it, you were writing down your notes, you were casting the vision for yourself before you can cast it for somebody else, then you would be prepared. One of the things that we do in my retreats, the Lioness Roundtables, is we go through the whole process of developing your business, but then we work on your launch. We work on your 5-minute elevator speech, and then we take it down to a 2-minute elevator speech. If you run into somebody and at the spur of the moment you have the opportunity to present what you do and who you are you prepared to do that? Because a lot of times opportunity is knocking and you're not prepared. So we want to make sure that we are taking the steps to prepare ourselves for our life's journey. All right. If you were going ready to take a trip, you would be prepared. I know. So, like I just told you, I'm one of those fly at the seat of my pants kind of girl. And I've been traveling for 40 years, like on a constant, okay, or more. Actually, yeah, more. But it's been, because I do it so much, when I get ready to pack, I probably pack about 2 hours before I'm leaving. And I just start throwing things in the suitcase because I already have a travel bag with cosmetics. I already know, I've already pretty much in my mind figured out what it is that I'm taking with me. Depends on how long the trip is, depends on what kind of trip it is. It's like I pack differently if I'm going on a cruise than if I'm going to the office for the week, so I've already pretty much walked through those different things in my mind. I'm a big shoe person. So I've already match the shoes with the outfits that I'm taking and what I'm going to do. So when I get ready to pack, I'm just throwing it in the bag. All right. But I know people that will start packing a week out because they don't travel that often and they want to make sure they don't forget anything. It's not the norm for them. It's the norm for me. I live on planes a lot, a lot to the point. This was really funny. A few years ago, I had moved. Well, it's been more than a few. About 15 years ago, I had moved back to Las Vegas, and I was in a stationary place here, and I didn't travel for a whole year. And I promise you, I was so anxious. It was just like somebody get me on a plane to somewhere. I just can't sit still like this. And it was really kind of funny because I had one of my spiritual daughters living with me at the time, and she was just like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "I got to go. I got to go. I got to go." And it's just because it's just who I am. It's just part of who I am. But because I, again, travel so much, I can throw a suitcase together in a blink of an eye and don't miss anything. Everything I need is in that case. Okay. So I can do that. But if I am preparing to speak, or I'm preparing, like I said, for the next retreat, our next retreat is in 3 weeks. I'm preparing for that. I've already got most of the materials that I need to present there. I have a few little trinkets that I'll still order for it. And I was just like, okay, can I just order it when I get into the new house so I don't have to transport? I'm like, I got a lot to pack. Anyway, but it's like there's a difference in what it is that I'm preparing for. And so I know on certain things what I need to do. All right, as opposed to others. You need to make up in your mind what is it that you're good at that you can do on a spur of a moment with less preparation, and what is it that you know you need that structure of preparation. And make a list, write it down. Okay, I can do this on the spur of the moment. This I need to plan for. And some people, they just need to plan for everything because that's who they are. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, you probably are much more organized than I am. But it's all good because we're all different and we're very uniquely created. So I just want to, again, encourage you to start preparation for where you're going. All right. And starts here, but then put it on paper. Put it on paper. All right. Now, with that being said, I have a beautiful lioness that I am going to bring up who is going to share with you. Chef Fiji. Hey,
Hey,
girl. What's
hey,
going on? What's
nothing,
going on?
nothing, nothing's going on. Just out here living and eating these plants.
All right. Well, I'm so grateful for you eating those plants because, yeah, I need, like, if I don't have meat, I still got to have some seafood to go with them plants. I've
Right, right.
not gotten there yet, but I am so proud of you because I've seen your journey and it's amazing. So, with that being said, I'm going to take the back seat now and let you share whatever is on your heart to share with our ladies.
Okay. Well, welcome back to Sacred Bod. Let's talk health and wellness. I'm DeHaviland Mack, also known as Chef Fiji. Today, we're diving into the power of whole food, plant-based eating, and how it can support our health and our healing. This lifestyle has been central to my wellness journey, and I'm excited to share how it can transform yours as well. So, a whole food plant based eating focus on nourishing the body with foods in their most natural states. Think fresh vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, mushrooms. It's all about minimizing processed foods and eliminating animal products, allowing you to fuel your body with pure, nutrient dense foods. The difference between this and other diets, and I don't really like to think of this as a diet because it's not a diet, it's my lifestyle, is that it's a whole people really think it is. It's enjoyable. It's all about finding substitution for the things that you normally eat in a standard American diet. So when you fill your plate with colorful whole foods, you're filling your body with nutrients. Um, the nutrients that it needs to thrive. These foods are packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants that work to boost your energy, support your immune system, and combat inflammation. Inflammation in the body is definitely like not good. That is where we get dis-ease from in our body, from the inflammation. Fiber, which is a huge component of the plant-based eating, it not only aids in digestion, but also support a healthy gut microbiome, which plays a big role in our overall health and immune system. The gut is the second brain of the body. We need to make sure our gut and our microbiome, the microbiome in our gut, we need to make sure that is intact. Again, attacking the disease in our body, dis-ease. And reducing the risk of chronic illness. Many studies have shown that a plant-based diet can lower the risk of chronic disease, like heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Personally, this lifestyle has been transformative for me, especially as a breast cancer survivor. I truly believe that it's a major factor in my continued healing and my continued survivorship. If you're new to the lifestyle, start small. Try swapping out one meal a day with a plant-based option, like a colorful salad, a green smoothie, or a veggie stir fry. Always listen to your body and explore the foods that you love. Eating a wide range of whole foods help ensure you're getting all the nutrients you need. Focus on adding more greens, vibrant fruits, whole grains, healthy fats from sources like avocados and nuts. And when you're eating, fruits and vegetables, make sure you're eating in season. Eat fruits and vegetables that are in season. Try to limit and avoid highly processed foods. When reading labels, aim for ingredients you recognize and can pronounce. If you can't pronounce, you need to put it back on the shelf. Whole foods nourish us best when we're close to their natural state as possible. Whole food plant-based eating is more than just a way of eating. It's a way of living with intention. By choosing nutrient-dense plant-based foods, you're choosing to support your body's natural healing process and to live each day with more energy and vitality. So today I know I've said a lot in a short time span, but we explored the benefits of a whole food plant-based eating and how it can help us heal from within. It's about embracing foods in their most natural state to nourish and energize us. I encourage you to try adding one plant-based meal to your routine this week. Start small, have fun with it, and notice how you feel. Nourishment doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest change can be the biggest impact. Something as simple as a smoothie. For anyone interested in more guidance, you can reach me at www.sacredbot.com, or you can email me at info@sacredbot.com, and reach out. Let me help you on this journey. Let's take the journey together, one meal at a time. The next time that you all will see me, I will explore the world of raw foods and the unique benefits that they bring to our bodies. You'll learn why raw foods are known for their powerful healing properties. So stay tuned to the next segment. And remember, nourish your body and your mind, and you'll watch yourself bloom. Embrace the journey and let every bite be a step towards wellness. Talk to you next time.
All right. Wow. Okay. So you unpacked a lot there. So I have a question since I was dealing with preparation. I know that, I don't do it as much as I used to, but I used to definitely have a fasting lifestyle where just and mine was specific to spirituality and what have you. And I would do shut-ins and I would fast for a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time. I did 240 days. But I prepared my body leading up to that. I started watching what I was eating and started like getting the body prepared for the change of just going to liquids. All right, just liquids. Is there something that people would need to do? Like I know your story. You went cold turkey overnight. Just I'm a vegan. Like okay, but everybody is not like that, and
Right.
everybody just can't just make that mind switch like that. Is there things that we can do to prepare ourselves for a healthier eating lifestyle?
Yep. The one thing that I told everybody to do this week is to switch out one meal. Start with one meal. Most people already do like one meal already, and they just don't even think about it. Most time when you do a smoothie, that's one meal that you switched out. Something as simple as just okay, in the morning I'm gonna do a smoothie. And then the next week switch out two things. Well, I'm gonna do a smoothie, and for lunch I'm gonna do a big salad with no meat. Or if I do a salad with meat, the majority my plate, the salad is so big and the meat portion is so small too. It's almost
Mhm,
like I don't even have that meat portion on the salad.
mhm, mhm.
So just start out with making sure like 80%, 90% of your plate are vegetables. One meal. You just start
Is
one meal at a time.
is the prep for a healthier lifestyle more difficult than like when you get ready to cook? You already know you got to chop stuff up, you got to prepare and what have you. Is there much difference in it when you're preparing to just to eat healthier? It's just kind of the same thing, right?
It's kind of the same thing. You just need to know when you switch over to this lifestyle, you just need to know substitutions. If you want something that reminds you of meat, I need to substitute some type of mushroom. Or, if I want some seafood, then I need to figure out how I make my crab cakes. You can make crab cakes out of hearts of palm. You can also
Mm.
make crab cakes out of mushrooms. So it's all about substitution.
And is
On
it the texture of the vegetable that you're using, or the fruit that you're using for the substitute? Is that what makes it the substitute?
So just say for instance, I wanted collard greens and some fried chicken. I had a taste for, I'm craving fried chicken as a new person that's coming over into the lifestyle.
Hmm.
Well, I need to know what the substitution is for the chicken. Well, the substitution for chicken in our lifestyle is oyster mushrooms. So you
Really?
would season the oyster mushrooms just like you would if you was cooking the chicken.
So you would like flour it and season it and then fry it like you
You
would?
would flour it. The only thing you would change your oil. Um, instead of using if you use buttermilk, you would make your buttermilk out of a plant milk and some apple cider vinegar. Let it sit and curl to become your buttermilk.
Okay, I don't like buttermilk, and the sound of that, I wouldn't like that either. So, but okay.
But what I'm saying is, how people use
To
buttermilk
batter.
to
I get you.
batter. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
So that you
That's
have your
very,
wet
very
batter and
interesting.
your dry batter. You would season it up the same way. Yep. It's just all about knowing, the substitutions and really staying away from the processed foods.
Mm. Now, how do you like? Okay, so they have all of these impossible burgers, impossible this, impossible that. How do you differentiate what's a good impossible burger versus a not good impossible burger?
None of that is good.
Really?
No, they
None
have
of it.
commercialized the lifestyle.
Mm.
They've jumped on the bandwagon because they know people are now moving toward eating healthy, and also they've
Mhm.
jumped on the bandwagon to make money off, and they've commercialized it. And they know if they put plant-based in front of it,
Mhm.
people want to gravitate to it because I am eating plant-based. Well, that's when you flip it over and you read all the chemicals and all the things that are in that make that plant-based burger, you need to put it back on the shelf because a lot of half of that stuff you can't even pronounce.
Wow,
So I tell people, if you're going to eat an Impossible Burger or Beyond Burger, you might well just eat a regular burger.
that's
But
amazing.
you can make your own burger.
So, what would you make your burger out of?
mushrooms, lentils. Um, I would use a binder, maybe like chickpea flour or maybe even some quinoa or something to help bind it. But yeah, and you season it, how put your same seasonings in there, and you pat it out and you fry it up or put it in the oven or put it on the grill.
So let me ask you how you learned all of this, because as I said, I know your story, and you came to work one day and said, I'm going to be a vegan. And the next day you were through eating all this other stuff, which blew all of our minds. But how did you learn all of this stuff, like substitutions and what's good and what's not good and things like that?
When I first started, I had no clue. I ate salads and vegetables until I figured it out. I did a lot of Googling, a lot of on Pinterest, finding people that did meal prep, like plant-based meal preps. And then one day during COVID, sitting at my desk, God spoke to me and said that you're not fulfilling what I told you to reach back. And you need to reach back by teaching other women or other people going through the journey of ridding disease out their body on how to eat. I
Mm,
immediately looked for a culinary program,
wow.
and the rest is history. I went to culinary school, and now I'm a chef, a plant-based chef, and raw certified.
And so they actually have schools that will teach you how to do this.
Yes,
That's amazing. That's amazing.
yes, but
So,
but cooking in a lifestyle is in this lifestyle. If you can cook in a standard American diet lifestyle, you can cook in this lifestyle. The main thing in this lifestyle is knowing how to season and the substitution. You can have greens in this lifestyle. You just can't put the fat back or the ham hock or the
mm,
turkey wings in it. But you can still have good seasoned greens, and you won't even miss the fact that there's no meat in there.
interesting. I tell this story often. The first time I ever went to a vegan restaurant was with you, and it was just like, this is good. And I was really, really surprised. I have to say, I was extremely surprised. Like, this is good. I
Yep.
could eat this. I don't know about cooking it every day, but I could eat this.
Hmm.
It's this very, very interesting. So, in your journey of thriving, how do you think that this has played a part? I know you mentioned in your segment that you think it has helped you in your thriving, but how intricately do you feel that it is woven in that?
Um, I think that with all of the things that we have going on in this world today, the food is different. It's not the same when grandmama and them was, raising their own food or
Right.
planting their own garden. Um, I just think that the way that they're pumping the animals with all types of stuff, and removing those types of things out of my lifestyle, especially the meat, with me being a breast cancer survivor, and all this the things that they're pumping into these animals. And you know even with the vegetables, you're really not safe with the vegetables now, because we don't even know really how they're growing them. So if you're not growing your own vegetables, we really don't know what we're getting in these stores. So you still have to be careful with the vegetables, making sure that you are washing them and cleaning them. But I think that changing my lifestyle and uh watching the things that I put into my body has really given me the success of being able to say that I am still a healed cancer survivor.
Mhm.
I'm when I go to the doctor for my scans, do I get nervous? Yes. Because there's always a possibility. But to get the call to say that there's still no evidence of disease, it's just like a big pressure that's relieved off of you, to say
Mhm.
that, okay, what I'm doing is definitely helping in the process to still get that phone call. There's no evidence of disease.
Right. Right. That's amazing. And just, I don't know. I've heard so many different things about even the organic vegetables now. It
Mhm.
used to be people thought that if it had an organic label on it, that it was safer. But now I'm hearing things about that. So it's like it's really, really important to wash everything, right? I've
Yes.
always done that. That's how my mother raised me.
Mhm.
It was like I wash my greens like you would have some clothes in the sink and washing them. I got dishwashing liquid. We got soap. We are washing these greens, getting the dirt off and all of that. You
Right.
know, um, and but people think that they can just buy stuff, and even like I'm not big on frozen vegetables. I prefer fresh. I do. But even the frozen vegetables, you got to be careful with those because you don't even know the plants that they're being prepared in and or
Right.
anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And definitely, and the I used to be a big proponent of going to the store and getting the pre-cut fruit, because you're on the go, and you got to be
Right.
careful with that, because you don't know how it's processed. You don't know who's cutting it, what they're cutting it with. You just don't know. It's just best to get your stuff yourself, and prepare it that way. You know how it's prepared. And another thing that um people need to be made aware of, the fruits have seeds.
Mm.
We're eating
Mm.
fruits that do not have seeds.
You were the first person that taught me that if it doesn't have seeds, then it's genetically engineered. It's not real. I'm like, huh? Because you buying seedless watermelon and seedless
Yep.
grapes. I mean, and all of these different things. And it was just like, wait, what do you mean?
Yes, ma'am. Bananas. People get shocked when I tell them bananas have seeds in them, but not the
They
ones
used
that you
to.
buy in the store.
Exactly. They used to. I remember seeing the little black seeds down
Yep.
this in the middle of it,
Yep.
but you
Yep.
don't see that anymore.
Mm-mm.
That's
You do
insane.
not. Yep.
So how do you find real fruit these days? Because I mean, you can go to any market and everything pretty much is seedless. So how do you track that down? Do you have certain growers that you purchase from?
Like when I want bananas, like Thai bananas, burro bananas have seeds in them. I go to like the Asian markets
Mm-hmm.
to get a lot of those fruits, like soursop,
Really?
stuff that you can't find in the regular grocery stores. Go to the Asian grocery stores. You'll be able to find those exotic fruits and
Mm.
fruits with seeds in them. You may have to go to 4 or 5 different stores just to make sure you're getting healthy stuff. Um, I go to the farmers markets. I go to farmer farmers. People that
The actual growers, huh?
the actual growers, and get fruits and vegetables. But yeah, I never can shop at just one store to get the things that I need.
I am interested in starting a push, a coalition, so to speak, to buy up 200 acres of farmland and just start growing food. Just not for sale, but for
Right,
survival.
right,
you know,
exactly. Hmm.
because being at my age, I'm almost 70, and I know food is not what it used to be.
Exactly.
I grew up loving milk. I can't stand milk. It is because it doesn't taste the same.
Hmm.
Different things that you used to find and you knew it was fresh when you got it, it's not fresh anymore.
Right,
And
exactly.
it's really scary. It's really scary what they are giving us and stamping USDA certified, it's good. FDA certified, it's good. And
Exactly.
it's like, that mess will kill you.
Right, right, right.
And if you don't, like, I thank God for you because you've educated me in such a manner that, like I said, I had no idea as to what was happening. But so other people like me that aren't in the raw vegan lifestyle, you don't know. You don't know what you don't know.
Right, exactly.
There's enough being said that there's some stuff wrong with our food, but you don't really understand the depth
Yep,
of it
exactly.
and how it affects you.
Right.
I'm convinced because I'm not a big meat eater. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat a lot of red meat. I'm a seafood person. And I
Mhm.
know that that's probably too much iron in my system and what have you. But, I believe that because I've never been really a carnivorous red meat person, that it has helped me in my longevity, that I don't look as old as I am.
Mhm.
I don't have the ailments that many people my age have. you know I thank God for my mother. When I was growing up, it was like every morning you had to drink some cod liver oil. It was like that stuff was nasty. And once a month you had to do some castor oil, and it was, you were happy if it was a Serp or Black Drop month. Okay, you didn't have to do castor oil. But all of these old things that, my mother was old school. My mother was 45 years old when she adopted me. So, I mean, she came through the depression and through when food was real food. And when you was what I grew up learning, I promise you, scratch cooker. Well, I still understand, So when I cook my greens, I don't want them frozen. I don't want them already chopped up. I'm gonna sit at the sink and I'm gonna pick my, and then I'm gonna wash them. And you know what I'm saying? Certain
Yep.
things that were within me growing up, I didn't forget.
Mhm.
I Everything was from scratch. Cornbread was from scratch. Everything was from scratch. I grew up when you had like that 3 foot tall flour can in the kitchen with the
Uh-huh.
shifter in it. Yeah, yes. In fact, I used to stand on the flour can to wash dishes because I wasn't tall enough to reach the sink. So I came from that old school background, so I do understand the culture of it. But it's like you get busy and you get out here in the world and you're doing so much, and it's hard to reel it back in, to
Mhm.
get back to old school. But listening to you, it tells how important that is to do.
Yep.
How
Definitely.
important.
Definitely.
Yeah. So and I've been telling my family this. I want us to grow our own food. Seriously, I'm gonna have my own 20-acre lake so I can get my own fish, because I'm like, but I'm gonna make sure that the water stays fresh and it's being pumped, and you know
Right.
what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, and I have good fish in it. So, but even in that, there's a healthy way to do that too.
Yep.
And like I
Mhm.
said, my daughter. I don't know. I don't know if I can ever get her off the red meat. That poor child. She can just have a meat meal, and I don't know where she gets it from, because she definitely didn't get it from me. But and just and salads. I love salads. I
Yes.
absolutely
Yep.
love
You do.
salads. And
Mhm.
my favorite food of all time, I think, is avocado.
Avocado.
Avocados, yes, ma'am. Everybody know me. Know, like, hey, anything I get with avocados is always, when you put extra avocados on,
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
but it's good for you.
Yes, it is. It's a good
My
fat.
good cholesterol is off the charts. It is, and I attribute it to the avocados. Now tell me how this works, De Havilland, because I got a report that said my B6 was too high. And I
Really?
was like, mm-hmm. And I was like, well, what would cause that? And because I'm supposed to take B12 injections because it's
Right.
low, but my B6 was too high. And so I was at my doctor's office, and the nurse practitioner was in there, and she started looking. And the first thing on the list that was high in B6 was avocados.
Oh wow.
I'm like, okay,
Wow.
well, either I'm gonna have bad cholesterol and have a heart attack, or my B6 just gonna be a little too high.
Yes. Just cut
I,
back some.
I think I'm cool. I think I'm all right. Yeah, seriously. But it's just, I guess too much of anything can
Yep.
can be overbearing on the body,
Exactly.
and so you
Yes.
just have to find that balance.
Mhm. You're
You
right.
have. find that balance.
You're
Did you
absolutely
have any side effects when you like just cold turkey quit eating everything and just went straight vegan? I mean,
yeah,
I'm just asking. So do people like, because they like, okay, so when you get ready to fast, the first 3 days, it's like you have a headache, you have all these different things because your body is trying to adjust to not having the sugars, not having these
right.
different things or what have you. But when you went to that vegan lifestyle, did you have any effects?
I did not. I did not have any effects. It's because it's not like you're taking things away, but you're really not taking things away like you do when you do a fast, because you're
Mm,
still eating. You're
yeah,
just
that's
not
true.
eating certain things from a standard American diet.
Right.
Hmm.
So that makes sense. That makes sense. And then your water intake. I've seen you. You drink a lot of water. Is that part of the lifestyle or you just like water?
That's part of the lifestyle. We all need to drink that water. We need to drink that water.
I had a masseuse tell me once, this blew my mind. He looked at me. Actually, it was Don's masseuse, an older man, or seasoned older man, right? And he looked at me and he said, "You don't drink enough water." I'm looking at him going, "How you know how much water I drink?
Because
Because you know me."
you can look at your skin,
He looked at my eyes. He
your
said, "I
eyes.
see it in your eyes."
Hmm.
He said, "I see it in your eyes." And at the time, I didn't drink any water. I didn't like water. But that blew me away. It was just like, I mean, you don't know me. How do you know I don't drink enough water? So
Yep.
now I still don't drink enough, but I make sure I'm having some kind of water intake every day.
Yep.
And for me, because I don't drink a lot during the day, so for me at night, that's when I get my water intake, and then
Mm.
I'm a peeing half the night. But
Right. Exactly.
but at least I'm getting it in and my kidneys are getting flushed and
Right.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying and
Yep.
getting
You need to
something.
flush the toxins and stuff out your body.
Right. So
Mm.
we're almost out of time, but I have one other quick question on the water tip. So I like Vita waters. Are those good or bad?
I would say drink them in moderation. It's
Okay.
nothing like plain water, like spring water. Put you
Okay.
some lime or some lemon in it to alkalize the water. And if you like coconut water is good.
I do
Like
like
just
coconut water, but it
like
has to be
one
flavored.
100%, 100% coconut water with nothing added to it, just coconut water.
Oh
Coconut
no.
water is good because it serves as an electrolyte. So
Electrolyte.
yep. So if you like coconut water, I would say get you some coconut water.
So the ones though that are infused with like fruit juices, those aren't good.
Because you don't know if it's
Where the fruit
real
came
fruit
from.
or if it's a juice,
Dang.
unless you infuse it yourself.
Right.
Right.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm still safe with my mangoes because they definitely have a pit in the middle of them.
Yes, yes. Definitely safe with the mangoes.
I
Hmm.
used to have a mango tree in my backyard when I had my home in Florida. Man, I made mango everything. They had mango ice cream, mango whatever. And I would make like fresh, real ice cream, like, cook the
Right.
custard and all of that. I mean, yeah. So mango is another favorite of mine. Some of the fruit I'm just not familiar with. And I hear you talk about dragon fruit and different kinds of fruit.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, what's that like?
Yeah. In this lifestyle, it'll open you up to different things because you want to try different things. Your palate changes when you come over to
Mm,
this lifestyle.
wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, I'm gonna try to get there. I'm gonna try to get there somehow, like some way. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go total vegan. One last question. We are down to a minute and a half. I had heard that a vegan, just because I'm thinking about things off my mind, that having a vegan lifestyle can affect your liver. What do you do to combat that?
I haven't had any issues with my liver. And it might be because I eat a variety of vegetables and legumes and nuts and seeds and uh,
Got you.
different things like that. I'm just not stuck on like heavy pastas or you
Hmm.
know
Got you. All right. So
stuff
one
like
last
that
time,
because
how do
people
they
say
find you?
you
Because
vegan. How
that's true.
you can find me
One
at
last time, how do people
www.
find you?
You can find me at www.sacredbod.com or info@sacredbod.com. I'm sorry, info@sacredbod.com or my Gmail, sacredbod.
All right, cool. Well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing. And we look forward to the next one with the raw diet. Just think if we did all of this with vegan, what raw is going to be like. All right, Lionesses, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Have a great day.